And what can you ask for them? Can you ask any more? Is it just be more clinical?
Yeah, more clinical. Of course, we can ask more all the time. We have to keep asking more. But as long as they go out with the same intentions, the same willingness to work for each other, the same willingness to pass the ball, the same willingness to try and score goals and keep the other team out, we'll be fine.
And you made a couple of changes last week. Darren Carter and Keith Lowe coming into the side.
Sam Deering.
Yeah, and Sam. I dare say that hasn't made your selection dilemmas any easier.
No, we had a reserve game as well on Monday that a couple of lads did well in. So it's good to have a full squad to pick from, and hopefully come next week we'll have that once Benno's back in and around. A lot better last week. Not going to be too many changes this weekend.
2 big home games. Do you look at them as a pair, or do you have to sort of break them down and take them one at a time?
We know where we are as a staff in terms of both games, what we're doing, but you've just got to take them one at a time. That's what we tell the players. Focus on the first one, and that's the only one we can affect. Our build-up is Southend, right up until 5 o'clock Saturday, and then after that, there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes happens, and it kicks in for Tuesday's tough game against Oxford. But we're solely focused on trying to get a positive result on Saturday.
Yeah, I suppose that's actually the job of good management and your backroom staff as well, that you can plan further ahead, but the players only have to think about one game at a time.
Exactly. Jason and we've talked about Oxford. We've done some research in terms of DVDs that we can look at, and all that's on board. But even myself, I don't like to look at too far ahead. I like to concentrate on the next one, and then come Saturday night, I'll be having a look at Oxford.
Southend beginning to come into a bit of form at the moment, and presumably no surprise to you.
Yeah, good side. Paul's got a fantastic record as a manager. He gets teams in and around the playoffs and promoted. So, they like ourselves will feel like they've still got business to do in this league. After last season, after nearly, we both nearly got out of it, and after a sticky start, they've come good, and we know we're going to be in for a tough game. We know we've got lots of good players. They're physically big and strong and powerful, and they ask questions of you and put you under pressure, and you've got to get the right answers and try and play your game against them too.
Will this, on that basis, be the biggest test of the season so far?
It's our next test, and it'll be a big one. But they all are. It doesn't matter if you play someone who you're supposed to roll over, or someone people think someone who's going to be up there contending at the end of the season. They are all tough games, and if you take anybody lightly or you don't do your jobs properly, you get beat, and we don't want that to happen on Saturday.
Against Southend last year, both games won convincingly by the home side. Was that just a case of actually the home teams in both occasions were sort of banging form at the time?
I think it was one of our best home performances last season at home against these. I thought we were excellent, and Paul rightly said after the game, and we went down there when we were in a little bit of a tricky spell. Things didn't quite go for us. Sido got sent off after 10 minutes, something like that, and it was a hell of a tough night for us. But that was last year. We're looking forward to building on the Wycombe performance, building on what we've been trying to do on the training ground all week, and keep looking to improve.
And injuries, you hinted at it earlier. Benno still the only one out?
Yeah, Benno should be on the training ground with Wes today, and then back in with a fold tomorrow. But it'll come too early. Saturday, far too early. We might look to get him as a youth team fixture on Saturday, in-house one, and we might give him 45-60 minutes of that if we think if he comes through tomorrow, right? Because we've just got a couple of midweek games in the next couple of weeks. So the more game time we can get him to and get him fit as quickly as we can, then everyone will benefit.
Chance for Tuesday, maybe.
I've been further down the line, yeah, but as for match fitness, probably not.
Thank you. Good luck.
Right, unbeaten away so far and some good performances. What do you think is the key to using that formation to that effect at home if teams are a little bit more defensive?
Just keep believing in it. We've got to. I think sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes teams set up differently against you home and away. We've got to just, whatever we do Saturday, we've got to go and do it to the best of our ability. If that means we have to be patient, if it means we have to be more direct, more ruthless, we have to do it, and we have to believe in what we're doing, and the players do. So I openly said, I'll pick the wrong team, I'll pick the wrong formation against Accrington, and I'll take the responsibility for that, because that's my job. But we still made errors that we shouldn't have made. We still could have comfortably won that game. Whatever system I pick for whatever game, I expect the players to be better and better at passing the ball, which we saw last week. We also need to add that cutting edge where we're scoring goals on the back of all our good possession and creating chances as well.
Yeah, you've obviously had a setback early in the last couple of games, but how pleased were you with the response at Wycombe compared to the one the week before? Yeah,
absolutely. I think we went about it the wrong way against Accrington. We chased it. It wasn't a good performance. We like I say, as much as I picked the wrong team, we didn't perform anywhere near to the level that we want to perform. We want to show people how we can play. We're not. That was completely unlike and not how we wanted to be. It was a real kick in the teeth after 3.5 minutes last week against Wycombe, especially after the follow, from the previous Saturday. But the character they showed is what I would expect. Is what I want my teams to do. Is what I expect that group of players to do. And if that happens again on Saturday, we need to respond in the right way. But ideally, we don't let that happen.
Yeah, and Keith Lowe also recovered well personally, didn't he?
Yeah.
After probably maybe a bit over-eager at the start of the game.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to him. It was a moment of chaos. Is the wrong word, because I think he thought Sam was their striker from what he was saying, and sometimes you don't know what goes through people's minds when they're under pressure. And he was, as I say, desperate to do well, desperate to stake a claim. But I thought for the rest of the game, I thought he was superb. Could easily have scored a goal himself, but I thought his general play, his general defending was good. Yeah,
Jermaine obviously getting some rough treatment at times last week. Do you think, I've read in Neil's column, he thinks that he's getting sort of singled out and maybe not getting enough from referees. Do you think he gets a fair deal or not? Do you think he's getting
I think he gets battered every game, I know that. I think that people know he's a threat. And they double up on him, but it's up to him now to sort out his game, where if people are doubling up on him, that means somebody else has got some time and space to be able to get the ball and mix his game up. He can't just get the ball on the half line and run, and we expect him to deliver quality crosses every time. He's got to mix his game up. I think he's doing ever so well, and we've just got to keep working on him. This is the first time he's really been in a team where he knows he's playing week in, week out, and things are expected of him. And it's a challenge for him, but he's got to keep doing what he's doing on the training ground and in the games. He's a massive threat for us, and he's just got to keep adding to his game all the time.
Yeah, and Sido, you mentioned the sending off. Do you think he's learnt a lot from that moment? Because he's done anything since then, hasn't he?
I think he's learnt a hell of a lot from that. I thought it was a little bit harsh at the time. Again, Sido's a really good player for us, and he can be happy with his contribution so far.
Yeah.